Baby, listen. Welcome back to your daily dose. I'm your host, Alize. This is the daily dose where you already know we stay doing demos. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, baby, listen. You need to hit the subscribe button, okay? All right, so I decided to go ahead and start that off like that because that is what I say. I say it all the time. Everybody who knows me knows that I'll be like, baby, listen. Baby, listen. So, hold on, y'all. Let me, kind of wipe that off right there. All right, we back. Okay. So, what's up, y'all? I hope everyone's doing good. I hope y'all all right out there. You feel me? Ooh, that's too much light, baby. Damn. They got me looking. Let me get a little dark right there. There we go. All right, y'all. So, before I start this video, I want to first let y'all know that I have got some information from Young Pharaoh and information also from the book The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. So please remember that this information is not mine. This is just something that I wanted to explain and give to you guys. I'm not telling anyone how they should live their lives. And no, I'm not trying to be the next Young Pharaoh. That's just not what I'm trying to do. If in fact, I'm just trying to be me. And I'm going to continue to be me. But this made me actually want to talk more about about how we should take charge of our own lives. And the way we can take charge of our own lives is we have to make the conscious decision to do just that. And I actually wanted to show you guys some things that I'm doing as well, because I myself had to start taking charge of my own life. I had to admit to myself that I wasn't being disciplined. I am disciplined now, but I had to admit to myself I was not being disciplined. I was making excuses, and I did not want to. If I really wanted to live the life that I want to live, I needed to make changes, okay? Now, I'm not a manifesting coach. I do want to get that out here. But I myself have manifested, a few things in my life. I manifested to move. I manifested getting my driver's license. I have also manifested before I was 27, because I'm 26 now. So I have manifested a few things in my life, and that I want to say that is important to me. And I am also manifesting to have, really not just only receive blessings, because I don't believe it's about the external world, but more of manifesting self-love and self-care. I have decided to start taking care of myself a lot more. My skin. I want to start taking care of who I am, my spirit, my soul. And I know that there were foods that I was eating that were low vibrational foods, like chips, candy, and stuff like that, eating a lot of fast food. And I would notice that I didn't have much energy to fuel my body. You know what I'm saying? To really be able to connect to my godly self because of the foods that I was eating before. However, I've decided to make changes, and I've noticed a drastic change that now I am feeling a lot more better, because I was feeling sick. I actually wanted to show you guys things that I had got real quick. So I will be back. I just want to show you guys this real quick, okay? I'll be back, y'all. Okay, you guys could skip that part. So I had this out. It was supposed to be in the fridge. Sea moss. Okay, so I got sea moss. This was one of my friends, a friend of mine who was my friend's friend. There we go. She says that she got, this is where she gets her natural herbs and supplements. Organics Nature, sea moss, as you can see. Okay, so sea moss, they said there's a lot of, if you know who Dr. Sebi is, or if you watched him, he talks a lot about sea moss. And I also got Paragard, which is a, you take this at least 3 times for 10 days, and it kills all parasites in the body. So I want to say that I am not fully on an alkaline diet, no, but I have decided to incorporate more fruits and more vegetables, and because I feel like it's very important to start with the internal before you start to work on the external. Okay, and I also do put sea moss on my face. If you don't know what sea moss is, go look it up. But let's just go ahead and get into this video right now. So I've pulled a little bit of information from Young Pharaoh when he's one of his videos. If you guys don't know who Young Pharaoh is, he is a very popular YouTuber. I do not care about what other people are saying about him right now. I'm just only focusing on the this one particular, well, not just one particular video, but I'm focusing more on how he has actually helped me in some ways, because I used to watch him all the time years ago. I was actually introduced to him, and he had a lot of facts that he would share with the world. And I feel like he would say it himself: if you don't know what this stuff is, don't just go by what I'm saying, go look it up, you know. And I wanted to share this because now this video is not based on him. In this video, you know, it's Neville Goddard, you know, but it's not just based on him. It's the information that's being provided. One thing that really stood out to me was when he was talking about how we don't chase, we prepare ourselves for our goals. The universe acts upon us reactionary, not actionary. Okay? That's one thing that stood out to me, only because we don't chase. When you're applying the law of attraction, because there is the law of attraction, then you have, like Neville, the law of assumption. Ow. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the law of attraction. You do not attract what you want, but you attract who you are. So the reason this is important is because the universe acts on feelings. Okay? Not just only feelings, just how you feel. Yes, it acts on feelings, but the universe is acting on what you are sending out. What is your vibration? What is your frequency at that very moment? So it's very important to remember that when we are manifesting the life that we want to manifest and create, it is that we want to create, we have to remember that this is an internal job. This is not external. This is all internal, okay? And he really pointed out how the heart, it should be bigger than our minds. Now, the brain does not speak to the heart, but the heart speaks to the brain. And if you know that your heart's desire is for something, and whether you're applying the law of attraction, I'm going to throw in the law of assumption too. Whatever you're doing, whatever laws you're applying, just remember that you're not chasing after the manifestation in order for it to really work and for you to connect and become godly. You want to be able to do the internal work. Okay, so when we don't do that internal work, he did go on to say the type of foods that we eat. And I do believe that your health does play a role in it, because the more low vibrational foods that you eat and what you're not giving your body the amount of fuel that it needs, you're not going to be able to connect with your higher self. I do believe that is true, because now, like I said, I myself am not on an alkaline diet. Okay. However, I have decided to cut out certain meats. I have decided to cut out certain things that are going to, And I also decided to cut my meals to only 2 meals a day rather than 3, only 2. And just to, start to really understand my relationship with food, because what I noticed was when I would go through a depressive state, or, when I'm going through something, I would, in my past, I would turn to either alcohol, or I used to smoke cigarettes, and I started to notice that I grew a comfort for food. When I was very young, I didn't even eat at all. Like, I didn't eat a lot. I was actually very skinny. I didn't really like eating as much. However, I did notice that I would look for things outside of me so I wouldn't have to feel the emotions that I was feeling at that very moment. And when we start to understand ourselves, and when we start to really do the internal work, we start to notice what we can work on in order to really fulfill our heart's desires. And I wanted to start with this because I know a lot of you are probably going to say, Alize, well, you can't tell me that because you ain't alkaline. You ain't vegan. Alize told me to do. I'm not telling you to go vegan. I'm not telling you to be I'm not telling you any of those things. But what I am saying is that in my personal experience, I've noticed that the things like when I would drink alcohol, when I would eat food, I was just eating fast food, and I would binge. Okay. And I noticed that it wasn't good and it wasn't healthy, right? Because of how I was feeling. I was feeling low. I was feeling sad. I had a lot of low self-esteem. I didn't feel at my best. I didn't feel like I was good enough. I didn't have the energy to do anything that I wanted to do. I remember I had a week off of work, and all I did was every day just sleep. I didn't do anything that needed to get done. I didn't read. I didn't film. I didn't do anything. All I did was just lay there. But this week was different. It was me more so getting up, meditating, taking my natural herbs in the morning, starting to eat more fruits, incorporate fruits and vegetables, and, just changing the slight changes and starting to adapt a new identity, like I mentioned in my last video. And it is very important that we do work on our health. They say health is wealth, but to me, health is God. That is really what health is. Health is God. Okay. Also, I do want to say that he not only said that it was just about food, it's also about the relationships that you have with people, the people that we surround ourselves around, the low vibrational energies, people that are always telling us or always talking about being broke, or people who are broke, people who are not, going anywhere with their lives, or, making us feel like we can't get to where we want to be. We have to understand that the relationships that we also build can also be something that is hindering us, because we're allowing, like a Neville Goddard did talk about, you cannot allow, going back to that quote, going back to that quote of what Neville Goddard was talking about, that I mentioned in my last video. Okay. If I see it, baby, I hope I see it, y'all. It's, I think it's in chapter 10 where Neville talks about how you cannot allow the thoughts of other people to him that hath. Okay, chapter 10. See, a man must discipline himself to hear only that which he wants to hear, regardless of rumors or the evidence of senses to the contrary. So when we are surrounding ourselves around people, also I do want to talk about this real quick. Do not tell anybody what you're manifesting. No one needs to know your next move. No one needs to know exactly what you're manifesting, because when you tell people, you might have people that support it, you might have people that do not. Even if they do support it, great. But if they don't, then already right then and there, like, okay, I want to manifest this house, or I know that I can manifest this car, or I know that I can manifest $1 million within a week. It's possible. If you firmly believe that, and you're becoming the version of yourself, or you're doing you're taking the steps that need to be taken in order for you to fulfill that prophecy, You do not need naysayers or people who are going to put you down in a low state and make you feel like nothing is possible. I was surrounding myself around people who would make me feel like I was not good enough. And in order for me to change, I had to assimilate to a new environment to put myself in a better state of mind. Now that I know that I am assimilating into a new environment, and I know that I have more, this is just a stepping stone, but I know that I can achieve greater. Because the more you surround yourself around low vibrational energies, you're going to become the next low vibrational energy. We have to be able to know, and this is something young Pharaoh said, we have to know how to control our own frequency. We can't allow something outside of us to control our frequency or other people to control our frequency. And there's so much talk about self-regulating your emotions, which is very important because we are not our emotions and we are not our pain. Even Joe Dispenza went on to say that our past is actually, it does not no longer exist. And the reason it doesn't exist is because it's not happening right now. It's not in this time period. It's just a subconscious thought that is deep, a subconscious experience that we had years ago that no longer is present. So it does not no longer exist. It doesn't. It can't exist because it's the past. The past is yesterday. Okay, so it's like we allow ourselves we're hindering ourselves because of not just only health benefits, but also because of the people that we surround ourselves and the environments that we decide to put ourselves in, the situations we decide to put ourselves in. We have to remember that all of this manifesting is a self-love journey, okay? Overall, and we have to put ourselves first. I remember a quote saying it's not just a quote. I remember watching a reel on Instagram about self-love. It's nothing wrong with putting yourself first and saying no. It was something like that. But it said self-love is necessary. It's necessary to fill your own cup. How they make those things on TikTok where I see people saying that cancer. I remember watching this guy. He's on TikTok. He was talking about how cancer is like the sign of cancer is we're very loving, we're very attentive, we're very nurturing, but we fill up other people's cups. And for all my cancers out there, stop doing that. We need to fill up our own cups first, okay? Until it runneth overeth, okay? I think I said it right in old English, baby. But I also wanted to go, and the reason I wanted to start off with that is because that is something that is very important. That is something I believe. Now, I'm not telling you guys to be vegan. I'm not telling you that, but I am saying that whatever we put in our bodies is what's going to manifest itself in our reality. Because you're eating low vibrational foods, you're going to attract someone that's eating low vibrational foods and who has bad attitudes and doesn't care and this, that, and the third. And the reason I believe in the law of attraction is because the law of attraction has worked for me, and so has the law of assumption. Okay? Remember that at the end of the day, this is an internal job. All of this is internal. The heart, the mind, the spirit, the body, the soul, it's all internal. Okay? And I remember young Pharaoh even saying that if we want to be able to fulfill our own prophecy, we must stop making excuses for ourselves. And that is something that I was doing. I started to actually do a to-do list that I start to go by every single day. Now, I didn't meditate yesterday, and I have to get on my own ass about that. So I have to meditate today. I have a to-do list that I have right here. As you can see, I have a to-do list, and I wrote down everything that I need to do. And whatever I do, that's film, work in my book, read, work out. I have not worked out, so I need to do that. I need to hold myself accountable. I am going to the gym tonight, actually. Learn new ideas, apply to new jobs. I did that. Journal. I need to journal as well, and self-care. So these are things that I decided to work on and to do a to-do list. Because one thing what we do is when we're manifesting, we focus so much on the desire and we worry so much about when it's going to happen. We don't focus on ourselves. We have to focus on ourselves. Manifestation is self-love. Manifestation, self-conception, however you see it, if you want to believe it, you might not think it's true, but it is. It is self-love. It is putting you first, because everything that you're manifesting, it is done internally, subconsciously, this is not just subconsciously, consciously, the mind, being able to control your mind. These are things that we fail to realize. How can you want love if you don't want for one, you shouldn't want love. Love is already within you. Love is something that is naturally within. Okay. Just like being rich, all of these things, health, it's within you. So if you want, that is what you desire, then become that which you want. That which you desire. Become that which you desire. Okay. Like when people manifest their specific person, don't focus on your specific person. Just focus on you. Focus on being the best version of you, so that when they come, you good. You good to go. You fantastic. And you might not even want them at that point. You might not even want them, not care about them. They might be, baby, I love myself so much. I've healed so much. I don't give a damn about you. Baby, listen. Baby, listen. Okay. So, okay. Let's also go into this, because I do want to read this by The Power of Awareness by Neville Goddard. I want to share this. Man is such a slave to time that if after he has appropriated a state of consciousness which is not now seen by the world, and the appropriated state does not immediately embody itself, he loses faith in his unseen claim. Forthwith he drops it and returns to his former static of being. Yes, time is an illusion. It is not real. You can put time on your manifestation. If you believe, it even says in the interval of time in chapter 15 in The Power of Awareness, you can even say, I believe I am a millionaire right now. If you believe that, or let's say $1 million is coming into my bank account tomorrow. If you believe that, and that is a natural saying, and that's something that's natural to you, then by all means, baby, manifest it. But also remember that with time, the reason it's an illusion and it doesn't exist and we allow ourselves to be controlled by it is because, like it said in the quote, when we don't believe, when we don't see it within a week or 2 weeks, we automatically assume that it's not working and it's not going to happen. But we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. It's the unknown. That's what makes it so perfect. That's what makes it so beautiful. That's why the universe is perfect. That's why the universe is within us. God is within us. We are gods and goddesses ourselves. We are in control of our own lives. That's why we are in control of our own destiny. Okay? We have to fulfill our own prophecies. Okay? Because we cannot rely on the outside world to tell us when it will happen, how it will happen. When people do tarot, I don't have nothing against tarot readers, but I've decided, once again, I do not need to watch tarot readers in order to look outside of something that is outside of me. If I believe firmly that I am a multimillionaire, if I believe firmly that $1 million is appearing in my bank account tonight, I am believing that firmly, and nothing outside of me is going to tell me otherwise. Okay? I am on a manifesting journey just like you guys. I am doing things. This channel that I have is a transformative channel, because I am transforming into the version of Alize. I am transforming into that better version of who I am meant to be, what my soul purpose is. Okay? And my sole purpose is to reach out to people who are transforming into the best versions of themselves as well. Okay? I was put here not just to be here, just to be here. I was put here to speak. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. You know what I'm saying? And if that's something that I firmly believe, then that's something that will manifest into my reality. So understand and remember that this is all an internal job. We are in charge of our own prophecy, not something outside of us. We are, okay? We are, baby. And we must remember that we have to take control of our lives. So take control of your life. Take your power back. Do not allow people, places, and things to make you feel, even social media. Social media lies. Social media can lie, yes. Stop looking on social media at the next person who has a Bugatti. Stop looking at social media at the next person who has all the clothes and this, that, and the third, and you ain't got. Stop looking at it and take control of your life and say, you know what? I can have that. Now let me take the steps and make it happen. And it's all with changing and healing internally. Okay? Ooh, excuse me. So these are things that I decided to start doing. These are things that I decided to do for myself. Being able to be alone. I want to put out another video on that as well, because I've had uncomfortabilities with I have been uncomfortable with being by myself, and being alone does not mean that it's nothing wrong with that, but we'll get into that another time. But remember that this is a self-love journey. You have to fill your cup up. You have to put yourself first. If you don't believe that it can happen, if you don't believe in yourself, if you allow yourself to continue to surround yourself around low vibrational frequencies, you're going to be that next low vibrational frequency. Even Les Brown said it himself. There's 3 ways. A guy told him 3 ways to become successful. One of those ways I remember him saying was only quality people. The last, it was 2 too. Also increase your vocabulary. That's why I'm reading more, so I can learn more words. And I'm going to start doing a thing where I research like different words and definitions. And I'm going to start doing that as a segment to show you guys something, and like making like examples and, stuff like that, because I like to read. I am a reader. And I do like to learn new things. Only quality people. He gave an example. If you surround yourself around broke people, you're going to be the next broke person. So you got to get rid of your broke friends. You have to get rid of your broke friends. You have to. You want to surround yourself around people who are at that level that you are achieving. You want to surround yourself around people who are like-minded individuals like you. Surround yourself around a group of people that manifest. There's people that don't believe in manifestation, and we out here telling people that don't believe in manifestation our manifestations, and they're telling us, well, everything happens for a reason. And for those people that say you manifest, and you're the type of people that say everything happens for a reason, you're not a true manifester. Stop. Because you're giving out the wrong information to other people who really want to manifest their realities, and you're out here saying that it happens for a reason, or, well, it did, this is how it went. No, you're in control of your life, your love life, your financial life, personal health. You're in control of it all. No one outside of us is controlling any of this. I'm sorry. I don't care how you see it. Look, for all my people who are religious, I respect your beliefs, but honestly, I don't agree. Because if you want to sit here and say that you're going to wait for something outside of you to come and bring something to you, baby, listen. You control your destiny. You control your prophecy. You control your soul's purpose. You make the conscious decision. You make the conscious choice. Do not look outside of you for people to tell you. No, forget that. You are God. We are gods and goddesses, okay? All we need to do is connect with our godly self, our conscious, okay? Our consciousness. So, remember that. And also, I do want to say, I decided to say this because it's important. Young Pharaoh even gave examples of the body is the phone, your soul is your battery. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if we're not charging, and it's already on 1%, because if you know the root chakra, okay, if you guys know about the chakras, the different types of chakras, and then you already know what I'm talking about. The root chakra below the navel. You have to heal your chakras. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not, like I told you, I'm not alkaline diet. I'm not vegan. But at the same time, I am deciding to incorporate, give my body the nutrients that it needs in order to not just survive, but to give it fuel, to give it energy, to be able to connect with my higher self. You don't want to continue to eat and continue to eat things that are going to put more not just only diseases in the body, but are going to kill you off faster, because this body is a shell, but that does not mean to not take care of it. I do believe in reincarnation. Okay? I do believe we were once in a different body, but we have to, take care of our bodies. Because if you notice that when you eat chips, or when you drinking alcohol, or when you're eating things that aren't good for you, you notice that the energy levels go down because the food that you're eating. And it's true, right? So as well as I'm telling you guys this, I'm doing this myself and telling myself this too, because I have to be hard on myself. remember and understand, it's not just only about that, but it's also it's an internal job. So remember, you want to be the best version for yourselves. Like when people work out to get in shape,